Orange Hat Reviews, and I'm going to be giving my official review on this Netflix show called Love, Death, and Robots. It's not really a show, it's an anthology of different sci-fi um, shows, little short stories, so to speak. And I'm going to be basically giving you the synopsis of some of them and whatnot. There's 18 of them, and I'm going to give you the plot synopsis. I've seen all 18. They're very good. The first one was Sunny's Edge. In the underground world of beastie fights, Sunny is unbeatable as long as she keeps her edge. And that show, or that episode, was very good. Most of these shows are CG live action, meaning they look very real, and they use very real looking skin. It's a lot of sort of like the Final Fantasy VII movie and in the actual Final Fantasy Spirits Within movie, but a lot better graphics, or a lot better animation now. And that one was very good. It had a very surprise twist at the end, and it's like, I honestly didn't see that coming. So yeah, it, these shows are definitely not for kids. They're TV, MA, all of them, and you just don't. Or there's there's sex, there's nudity, there's very gory violence in some of them. Three robots. Long after the fall of humanity, three robots embark on a sightseeing tour of a post-apocalyptic city. That one was funny because it has like a Siri or Alexa kind of voice, and on one of the robots, and it's like, oh my gosh, how she talks is just hilarious. And there's a really nice twist at the end because they find a cat and whatnot, and it's hilarious. The Witness. After seeing a brutal woman or murder, a woman flees from the killer through the streets of a surreal city. And I gotta say, that one actually was a very big mind twist. I honestly did not. It's like, this is weird, but it's also. That one kind of reminded me of the Animatrix. And it's like, oh, wow, that's. But the ending is seriously weird and kind of loopish, really, but it's very good. Then you had Suits. A community of farmers use their homemade mechs to defend their families from an alien invasion. I thought this was a very good little. It's almost Pixar-ish with its animation on that one. I mean, it's very good story. Basically, what I just explained. Sorry, I'm itching my arm. And it's really freaking. It has a nice little twist at the end as it's doing a pull out or a pan out, whatnot. It's that one is very good. Sucker of Souls was kind of like an American anime-ish cartoon. Unleashed by an archaeological dig, a bloodthirsty demon battles a team of mercenaries armed with cats. That's that's what it says with a question mark at the end, and that part of it was funny, where the cats are. Just thinking about that actually gets me to laugh, but it's also one with blood, violence, and gore, and it has a nice little twist ending, but also somewhat predictable because of how I know some of these horror twists go. But yeah, Sucker of Souls was very good. Then you got When the Yogurt Took Over. That was one of the more campy ones, and there's no sex or violence or whatever in that one. It's basically a what if scenario of yogurt becoming sentient. And I gotta tell you, After scientists accidentally breed super intelligent yogurt, it soon hungers for world domination. And I'm like, this is weird. It's just, that one was weird. Beyond Aquila Rift, or the Aquila Rift, after awakening after traveling light years off course, a ship's crew struggles to discover how far they've come. That one was creepy in a sense after the truth of what was going on in it was revealed, but it's also has a saddish ending. But that one, somebody would say, has gratuitous sex and nudity in it, and it's like, you know what? This is sci-fi stuff. If you guys don't like that stuff, who cares? It's not for you then. These things have, or most of these shows have violence, very gory violence, sex, and nudity. You just got to deal with it. If you are into sci-fi and whatnot, but if you don't want to deal with it, don't watch it. It's that simple. But yeah, that one was actually very. It's like, huh. I knew there was something wrong because that sometimes they did a little flicker effect. But yeah, that one was also very good in my opinion. Good Hunting was the son of a spirit hunter forges a bond with a shape-shifting Hulajing or Hulijing. It's a Chinese Manchu based thing or reality. It's an anime, and that one was actually one of my favorites. Pretty much top 5 out of the entire thing. The Dump, that one was oh my god. Ugly Dave calls the garbage dump home, and he's not about to let some city slicker take it away from him. Basically, it's the city inspectors go after this old codger who runs and lives in the dump, and he tells the guy a story that seems fantastical. It turns out to be true. And it's pretty well done, and it's pretty cool, too. Yes, there is a lot of dark and twisted humor in a lot of these shows, but if you are into that, you'll get it, you'll like it. If you're not, well, that's your problem, like I said. Shapeshifters, deep in Afghanistan, 2 Marines with supernatural powers face a threat from one of their own kind. Basically, it's what if werewolves were in the military? And I thought that was a really good one. It's also in my top 5. Helping Hand. Stranded in orbit, an astronaut must choose between life and limb before her oxygen runs out. That one actually got me to cringe a little because there's certain what I can see gratuitous violence all day, but when I see human mutilation, self mutilation, it's ugh. But it was a very good story and it actually had a decent ending. Fish Night. That one was fantastical, but it's like predictable too in a way. After their car breaks down in the desert, 2 salesmen take a dreamlike voyage to the dawn of time. And yeah, that one was really interesting. I'm not going to give too much spoilers for all of these things. I'm going to give you my honest review on all of them. Many of them were good, some of them were not. This one was iffy. It had the weird animation where it's live action, but it's like a comic. Oh, not like Into the Spider Verse, but more of comic, like an actual comic book. Like you could literally see the pencil lines around the person. That kind of animation. That one was iffy. It was not one of the best ones. Lucky 13. After a dropship, Lucky 13 lost 2 crews. No pilot would fly her, but rookies don't get a choice. That one was a very touching. That one actually got me to feel a little bit emotional, and I really liked it. It's basically about a pilot's love for their or for their craft, and that one truly hit that home very well. Zima Blue. The renowned artist Zima recounts his mysterious past and rise to fame before unveiling his final work. That one had a twist that I never saw coming. It was kind of Matrixy, but it was very good. You just don't see the turn, or it's based on an interviewer's perspective, but the stories she heard and the reality are very different, and they express it really well. Blind Spot, a gang of cyborg thieves stage a high-speed heist of heavily armored convoy. This is basically like what's that thing that they recently did with Keanu Reeves, where they showed him in the cyberpunk, I think they called it. It's like Cyberpunk meets Fast and Furious, and I got to tell you that it also had a nice ending that was pretty decent. It was kind of Pixar-ish animation, and that one was pretty good too. Ice Age, oh my god, Topher Grace was in this. This was a live-action one for the most part. A young couple moves into an apartment and finds a lost civilization inside their antique freezer. That that one was interesting, and it's like, wow. It's like, what if you could literally watch the world evolve in front of you inside your own freezer, you know? And it was pretty cool. Alternate Histories was the one. Want to see Hitler die in a variety of comically fantastic ways? Now you can. Welcome to Multiversity. And I'm like, that one was one of my least favorites because I have a bias against Nazi Germany and whatnot. And it just but it's a stupid little bias in this case. But it was weird. It's like, I mean, in one of these histories, Hitler is a very big pervert. And I'm like, oh my gosh, man, just seriously get over yourself. But then that one was not one of my favorites at all. Then there was The Secret War. Elite units of the Red Army fight an unholy evil deep in the ancient forests of Siberia. That one was really good. I just got done watching that. I got to tell you, it had an ending that was good, but it was also sad. It was live action animation, so it's sort of like the Final Fantasy stuff. I gotta tell you, that one actually was pretty good too. I mean, all these sci-fi stories that they had were very well done, except for a couple of them, the more campier ones that I told you about going through this video. But yeah, if you guys like these sort of things, sci-fi short stories and whatnot, definitely give Love, Death, and Robots a look on Netflix. Out of all the whole thing, I give it objectively a 3 out of 5. Subjectively, 4 out of 5. Netflix goer in this case instead of movie goer. I will give this out of entertainment factor. If you are into this sort of stuff, sci-fi, gore, violence, and whatnot, it gets a high score. If you're not, it'll get a lower score. But because I'm into the sci-fi and whatnot, I will give this a 4.5 out of 5. Because there is some of the stuff that wasn't interesting. Anyway, that's the video. If you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. This has been Orange Hat Reviews, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Have a good day.